Welcome to the 20-Minute Talk Show. I'm very excited to introduce a wonderful lady who is such an inspirational woman, Miss Purnima Voria, who founded the National USIndia Chamber of Commerce. So we only have 20 minutes. So time starts now. Thank you for coming. I'm so excited to have you here. So do me a favor, tell me about your journey and what inspired you to start the National US-India Chamber of Commerce.
Namaste, and thank you for having me. National US-India Chamber of Commerce, the start of that is a very interesting story, and I'm happy to share that with you. I was in a dilemma in 2000 after Y2K happened because I was noticing that there were 82,000 job losses in Colorado Springs, which also led to some negative publicity on India in the Denver Post, where they were thinking that India is taking their jobs away and outsourcing and so forth. And I saw a distinct fear in the business community. And where business community was seeing fear, I was only seeing an opportunity. And that was very exciting for me because I wanted to show why they should not fear India and why and what are the opportunities for trade and investments between United States and India. So that led me to give birth to this very fine organization. And actually, the way it happened was with the support of people from Denver University, I might say. My daughter, who was going to Daniels College of Business as a student of MBA for her degree in finance and business, and also Executive MBA Director John Lathrop was very instrumental in sitting down with a couple of CEOs and DU students to write the business plan. And I must say that that was the most difficult part for me because they grilled me on questions that were very, very important to start of an organization. And so we established the need of having the National US-India Chamber of Commerce. Is there a need of such an organization? And we realized that there are small and medium-sized enterprises that are not served very well to embark the global markets, specifically to India. And so therefore, with back and forth questions in writing the business plan, we realized that there is indeed a need for such an organization. In midst of that, I also interviewed with a lot of elected officials and CEOs of major corporations and found out that indeed there was a need for such an organization, very especially in the two-tier cities and the mountain region where we are. And that led to about 8 months of interviews and meetings with elected officials as well as CEOs of companies to establish that need. And therefore, my passion became a mission for our state and our country.
Oh, that's great that you found your passion through that. What a wonderful journey. I know you had to have had a lot of challenges along the way. Would you like to share some of those with us?
I think the challenges were very minimal, but like any startup, I would compare it to a startup. There are things that you need to think about, and there are challenges that come across in the way of people not knowing the culture of India, not knowing how Indian businessmen react to things, how delays happen with the government entities, because we are a very contract-oriented society. We believe in contracts and we think that if there is a need, two people will sit down and business will happen. India is very complex. It doesn't happen. Business happens with trust and relationship. Your networking and resources are the most important part of any business. And they don't have a website like our Secretary of State, where you can see if a company is in good standing, or if the company is someone you want to do business with, or you can find information on. So the only way to know is to go and talk to the businesses in India, or you hire people like us that consult with and do the due diligence and show you the right path or the right passage to India, and that's our mission.
Oh, that's a great story. I mean, the challenges, wow, what a wonderful approach to dealing with that challenge. So as a female entrepreneur, being the go-between India and US, how did you deal with that as a female entrepreneur?
I think with a nice sari and a smile. It was easy for me to help people understand, to look beyond the sari and beyond the dot on the head, and see me as a businesswoman. There was one article in a magazine which said that when Purnima walks into a boardroom, heads turn, and yes, that does happen. But when she talks about doing business with India, deals begin to happen, and that's what we are known for.
Oh, that's fantastic that you can go in a room and command that kind of presence. How wonderful. That's actually true too. So what is the connection now with the US and India? I mean, what do you see, where do you see it going in the next 5-10 years?
I think
the relationship.
21st century is going to be India's century. It's going to be, as President Obama said, a defining partnership between United States and India. I see it, that's the only way forward. Our Commerce Secretary, Penny Pritzker, has been going to India and cementing that US-India ties for trade and opportunities, as well as very much focused on policy making that would encourage that. There is more than $1 trillion of trade right now with United States and India, and I see it quadrupling in the next coming years. That is only going to happen with some strategy, with some changes that needs to happen on both the sides. But I see this partnership as a marriage that's going to be a long-term relationship. The dating happened in 2008 with the nuclear deal, and that was just the beginning. But India is probably going to be the most populous nation in the world, probably the first number one. And every country is eyeing on India for business opportunities. Most of the prime ministers and presidents are going to India and cementing deals with India for business opportunities. So I call it 21st century as India's century. And it's only going to be going forward.
That's true. I do believe that that is the case, and their changes do have to be made. So as you were forming the foundation, forming the NIUCC, what do you see as, how did you get your clients in forming the companies? What did that process look like?
That was very easy, word of mouth. Trust and relationship that I'd built for 35 years in the United States was the reason. Our elected officials, which was senators, congressmen, business leaders, mayors, governor, lieutenant governors, everyone lent me their name and came as board of advisors, and which gave a lot of credibility to a newborn organization that was trying to promote and that has taken a big undertaking of promoting trade and investment between two major economies. And I think that was very helpful. Eventually, the work that we did were always got newsworthy in Denver Post, our leading newspaper here, and that was very helpful. So word of mouth is how we got businesses, and we also were known by having a lot of ambassadors. Our businesses that we helped succeed in India became our ambassadors. And all this success actually led me to a position as a national advisor to Obama administration, starting from Secretary of Commerce Gary Locke all the way to our current Honorable Secretary Penny Pritzker. So then it was nationwide presence for us, and I value that, I cherish that, and we are known as a chamber that if you need anything to do with India, go to the woman in the sari. That is Purnima. So sari kind of became my trademark, which was kind of hilarious, but well, whatever works.
This is true. The sari does shine. It does really show your beauty.
Thank you.
Okay, so journey from India to America. So some of your personal experiences and challenges that you faced with the different cultures, the difficulties, kind of getting on your own 2 feet. What did that look like?
Actually, that was a very easy journey for me, unlike many others. I went to a convent school in India, which was very helpful. English is the major language of United States, unlike India. In India, we have 2 languages, English and Hindi, as national language. And so I came from an atmosphere in India where I was groomed very well to fit in very well with United States. United States is a land of opportunity, and it is a melting pot. It absorbs anyone and everyone who comes to this country, have a passion and a drive to succeed, and has a dream. This is a country that helps you fulfill your dream. I was 18 when I came to United States, but I think India only gave me birth and gave me the cultural values and deep roots, but United States raised me and helped me become who I am today, and I'm really grateful to this nation.
Wow, what a wonderful journey. How inspiring for so many women in this state. What would be your advice to women entrepreneurs, especially women of other races?
To all the women, I would say that, first of all, have a passion. Go after it. Believe in yourself. Persevere. Be persistent to reach your goals. And always dream. If you can dream it, you can do it. As Walt Disney said, I firmly believe in that. And no matter what, believe in optimism, because it's the faith that leads to achievement, and nothing can be done without hope and confidence.
Wonderful advice. I hope so many people hear this and are able to use that in their life going forward. Now, I know you have 3 daughters. How do you balance work time and being a mother to 3 daughters?
I think the best way is to engage them in what you're doing. So all my 3 daughters attending many, many meetings with me, they became part of my dream. They interned with the National USIndia Chamber of Commerce, and they helped me make this vehicle what it is to promote and bring 2 nations together.
Wow, that's a good idea. Very important to have your children involved in your life and your dreams and share it with them. How do you stay focused and committed to yourself when there are so many people clamoring for your attention or during struggles? How do you not lose confidence or faith?
I think I'm a born optimist, so that always helps. I always believe that no matter what, you can do what you set out to do for yourself and others. I think this chamber was not for me. It was for my passion to give back to the country that gave me so much by promoting something of value, and that is what helps me remain focused. And regarding time, I don't know, somehow I wish there were more than 24 hours in a day, but I think they are enough for me to take care of anyone and everyone that needs to connect with India. Or whether it's Indians that want to invest in United States and have business presence in the United States. I have all the time for people from my country of birth and from the people of this country that is now my home.
Right. What a great story. Okay, so could you tell me about some of your other talents that you'd like to share with us?
I enjoy remembering and keeping India in my heart and my soul because I'm very, very far away from India, even though technology today disqualifies the statement. We can do FaceTime and we can be closer today with India or any part of the world. And I think that is very easy to kind of remain connected today in this aspect. But I think your passion to promote things between the countries just helped me grounded.
That's true. Oh, I heard you provide workshops and training workshops for cooking. Could you tell us more about that?
Let me go back to the talent question that you were saying. I promoted cultures and arts by teaching Indian classical dance called Kathak. And that helped me share the culture in the business community when the students performed. Americans got to see Indian culture. I organized many events like Celebrate India, Celebrate Asia, where I presented not only the culture of those countries, but also a little bit better understanding and tolerance about those countries through the medium of dance and music. So we invited a lot of artists from India and dancers from India to promote the culture of India. That way, when you know the culture of another country, you can do better business with them. When you have an Indian sitting next to you in a company, you can understand better what kind of food they are eating, what kind of language they are speaking in their lunchtime over the phone. So it is just assimilating people and helping them understand India before going to India. And I do the same when I'm in India. I help them understand United States. The only thing I cannot help them understand is our presidential race right now.
This is true. That is, I know they've learned so much from you about the United States. What are some of the fears you've had to overcome throughout your journey?
I really did not have much fear because I've always been very confident about myself and about where I came from and about where I want to go. The fear was not that. I think the fear was more about how to develop cultural understanding and tolerance among people so they understand and they have the patience and because it is a virtue in doing business with India. So it's very important to be focused on that.
Excellent. Okay, well, we have about 1 minute, 20 seconds. So try to explain yourself in one sentence, who you are in one sentence.
Purnima is an optimist. Purnima is a fighter. Purnima never gives up. And Purnima will continue to promote whatever she believes in, whether it's business or culture or arts or humanitarian work. I love to give back because I think I have received so much that I don't mind if I don't receive anymore, but I would love to give a part of me every single day till the day I die.
So inspired, I am so inspired by your story. and I know it will help millions of people all around the world. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you for being here today. And I've really enjoyed this time with you. Thank you so much again.
Thank you. Namaste.